it'll be even better. True, we've lost some giants, they were a credit to the game. But we've also found some young'uns, they promise to be the same. That's what the big game's all about, it happens every year. We lose a few of our heroes, but find others who know no fear. We see them give it all they know, we see them give it their best shot. It's whether I'm known or famous, you gotta give it all you got. Last season was a good one, we saw a big man walking tall. But who will it be this year to collect the greatest prize of all?
To Nosey Road, St Helens, the third round of the John Player Trophy. Saints once again blessed with a home tie. We've been very lucky in the draw, and 3 home ties, so we can't grumble. It's up to us today to put things right into the semi-final. Oldham already through, beating Warrington yesterday. And Saints being led out today by the matchday mascot, who is David Harrison. David's 9 years of age. He attends Woolton County Primary School in Liverpool. Well, there's one Scouser with a bit of sense coming watching a proper game. Not a game played by men, not by, well, I won't say what I'd call them, but the round ball squad. So he's out there doing his limbering up movements. Saints captain today, Shane Cooper, taking over the captain's role with the injury to Chris Arkwright. Unfortunately, John Fieldhouse out with a niggling knee injury again. Not had the best of luck since he joined Saints from Widnes in the exchange deal with Harry Pinner. But Saints eager for success today. There's Alex Murphy, he'll have them fired up out there. I'll just run through the team for you now. Saints first, of course. 1 Beavers, 2 McCormick, 3 Loughlin, 4 Elia, 5 Quirk, 6 Tanner, 7 Cooper, 8 Burke, 9 Groves, 10 Evans, 11 Farber, 12 Haggerty, 13 Platt. Substitutes for today, 14 Ledger and 15 Neal. The Hull outfit, number 1 Fletcher, 2 Eastwood, 3 Vass, 4 Pearce, 5 O'Hara, 6 Luluai, 7 McCaffrey, 8 Tomlinson, 9 Patrick, 10 Wellham, 11 Brooks, 12 Regan, 13 Diverty. Substitutes for Hull, 14 Ellis and 15 Puckering. The mascot, Saints matchday mascot David Harrison out there with the captain Shane Cooper and James Luluai. Today's matchday referee is Mr. Kendrew of Castleford, just explaining to the captains what he wants in today's game. So let's hope for a good game. And there's young David going over to the main stand side. Coming back in the centre now. He'll be over there to be met by his mum or his dad. So Saints this first half playing from the clubhouse end up to the Ennington stand. Today's game should have been Salford at home, and I'm sure now it's going to be a midweek fixture with Salford, but we're better playing it at home, these midweek fixtures, rather than going away, no matter how near the venue is. So Hull to kick off. Hicks it deep. Andy Platt stops it, drives towards the 25. Paul Grove stepping up, backed in half-back. Saints moving it to the left. Going to weigh each other up these early minutes. Diverty in there with the tackle for Hull. Stuart Evans now. Bounces off one, but Hull containing Saints. Holding them back in their own 25. Groves again. The ball back to Beavers for the kick upfield. O'Hara takes the ball cleanly. Solid Saints tackling brings him down. Loughlin finally completing the tackle. But it's Hull now with the first touch. From the acting half-back, trying to go through, looks like McCaffrey. Bounced down by Paul Farber and Stuart Evans. Hull again. Spreading it to the right. Number 11 there, Brooks. Taken down by Shane Cooper and Tony Burke. Well, Hull not the side they have been in the early 70s, early 80s I should say. A tremendous force, both Hull sides. There's McCaffrey, little chip kick through. Groves went for it, he couldn't get it. But he does come up with it at the second bite and Saints on the attack. Burke tried to slip it out there to Dave Tanner. Utility lad this Tanner, signed as a centre from the Five Rugby Union Club. Had a good game at standoff against Mansfield last week and kept his position for today's game. The Saints in possession. Groves taking it right, on to Farber. Loses the ball. Hull snap it up quickly. Sean Patrick acting half-back, swinging it left. McCaffrey left again to Luluai. Haggerty has him. Loughlin in as well. Solid tackle from this Saints second rower, Roy Haggerty. Hull now brought down right on the halfway line. Patrick again, bringing it right. Short ball here onto number 8, Tomlinson. Evans in there with Andy Platt. Bouncing to the ground, Luluai. Lofted ball over to the left. To number 4, Pearce. Hull, rubber for touch. Phil Beavers, well positioned. I beg your pardon. I was expecting Beavers to be there. It's Kevin McCormack, but he loses the ball. Comes in for the tackle. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Hull back in possession and on the attack. Brought down midway between the halfway and Saints 25. First penalty of the game there. Referee Kendrew blowing up for something he's seen in the tackle. So the first penalty going Hull's way. And Pearce stepping up. It's a kick for goal. Well, Hull came through at the Boulevard last week, beating Lee in the second round, 19 points to 7. They only scored 1 try with 7 goals and a drop goal, and this Pearce kicked all the goals and the drop goal, so obviously a prolific point scorer, signed from Rugby Union. And this should be an easy kick for him, about 35 yards out. Yes, right between the sticks, so the first score going to Hull. So 3 minutes gone. Pearce converts that penalty award by referee Kendrew for something in the tackle. And Hull take an early lead in the 3rd minute, 2 points to 0. Beavers to kick off. Number 12 for Hull, Regan, takes the ball, drives forward, powerful 30-yard run. So Divity turns it left. Patrick acting half-back for Hull, and they're moving it to the left again. Kicking upfield, number 11 this time, Brooks. Rubbers for touch. Finds touch 10 yards inside the Saints half. First scrum of the match now. Shane Cooper to feed. Ball coming with the feed and Cooper goes blindside. On to Kevin McCormack. The Saints now going to spread it out. Cross the field. Tony Burke. He'll take him on Burke. Powerful front row forward. Groves turns it inside to Farber. Splits the whole defence. Farber's the support coming through. Beavers there, but he was tackled before he could get that ball. But number 10 there, Wellham, as he tried to pick the ball up, he knocked on. Brilliant play there. Change of direction from Groves. Turned it inside to Farber. He streaked through 30 yards through the whole defence. Beavers in support, but he was tackled before he could get hold of the ball. Referee didn't see it. The ball going loose, but the Hull man knocked on. Hull to feed, McCaffrey. Ball goes with the feed. Hull take it to the left. Lulawai, acting half-back, and Hull move it left. On to number 12, Regan. Cooper and Platt bounce him to the ground there. And Hull again, playing it down the middle. Just slips it out there to number 10, Wellham. Hull again, bringing it to the right, Lulawai. Elia has him, has his man. Number 3 there, Vass, no way through, past Elia. Hull again, take it blindside. On to number 2, Eastwood. Last tackle for Hull. Vass acting half-back, the ball's going to come back. To number 4, Pearce. But Beaver's well positioned there. Loses his foot in as he goes into the tackle. Quick play the ball to Cooper. Over to Quirk, going infield. Lulawai and Tomlinson, I think it is, take him down. Cooper again. Brilliant break, Tanner there, tremendous pace off this lad. Third turn of pace on Tanner, his side through the Hull defence there. Quick hand from Saints, Groves, change of direction, turns it the other way, makes the gap. Brilliant pass to Loughlin, must be a try on the cards here. Going for the lad. Oh dear. Yes, is he over? Yes, he's given it. Well, I thought all was lost there. It seemed as though Loughlin had held on to it too late, too long. But he flicked it out. McCormick did well, picked up cleanly and went over in the corner. In the 7th minute now. Up. Already kicked 12 goals for Saints since signing earlier in the season. Taking his time, lining up, all these points are valuable. The crowd was quiet, looks good from here, comes in field. No. Unlucky there, but Saints still in the lead, 4 points to 2. 7th minute, McCormick try. Saints putting the pressure on, we can keep it up, we split the whole defence open there, good open play from Groves again, set Saints on the way, spread it over to the right, change of direction, all the Hull were coming over to the right, and Groves went over to his right, but Hull kicking off. McCormick takes it cleanly, drives to the 25, Groves stepping up quickly. To Tony Burke, uses Platt as the foil. Burke brought down right on the 25. Subject to some attention there. Tried to get up to play the ball quickly, but the Hull outfit wouldn't let him, so Saints gaining the first penalty. Loughlin kicking for touch. Loughlin finds touch. 5 yards inside the Hull half. Planned move here from Saints. The ball to Haggerty, turned round, unloads to Loughlin. Driving forward. Brought down 10 yards inside the Hull half. Cormick acting half-back. Saints bringing it to the left. Cooper. Groves again, dummy half. Bringing it left, onto forward. Sees the gap, striding through. Hull tackling, holding firm at present. Saints play it on to Tony Burke. Stuart Evans in support. The ball's gone loose, I think. Hull man drops on it. So Hull back in possession. Wellham acting half-back, plays it left. Well, Well, Hull without regular faces as we get used to. Lee Crooks, Gary Schofield, both gone to Leeds, but they've always had up-and-coming youngsters. But Hull still in possession. Number 11, Brooks, bursting through. Strong second row forward, but brought down there. Groves brings him down, plays it to himself, does Brooks. Swings it left to McCaffrey. Lively scrum half. Solid Saints tackling there. It's the 5th tackle. This is the last tackle for Hull. So he's trying to drop goal. Pierce it was, yes, stepping up. He's the danger man, as we said before. So Saints restart. Groves plays it on to Evans. Swinging it left again, Haggerty. Turns round, characteristic of Haggerty, tries to unload. Hull tackling, Hull's firm. Hull running offside there. Andy Platt coming from deep, but he'll have a job creating the gaps with his Hull outfit if he step up quickly. Cooper. Cleaned up by Elia. What a knock-on rule by referee Kendrew. 12 minutes gone of the first half, and we're scrumming down just outside the Saints 25. It's McCaffrey from Hull to feed when the pack's formed. But a hint of feeding, but the ball comes out Hull side. Lulawai, one of Hull's New Zealand captures with O'Hara over the veteran campaign of Hull. O'Hara with the ball now. Also Fred Arquois, who played for Hull as well, came over in the 82 and was signed by Hull. O'Hara there, going through. Brought down 15 yards short of Saints line. Hull putting pressure on. McCaffrey. Hull spreading it to the right. Lofted pass, but Saints on the attack now. Tanner. Well, the idea was right for Cooper, but Hull regathered very quickly there. Looks as though there was a gap here. Saints going blindside, Elia. Well, bad tackle there, number 3. Vass going in with a solid tackle. Oh, beg your pardon, 13, Diverty. The touch judge there, not bothering. Well, it looks... yes, the touch judge there, not doing anything. Haggerty taking it crossfield, looking for the gap. Saints awarded a penalty for Hullman going in with the elbow. Saints back in the swing now. Groves to restart. 35 yards from Hull line. Planned movement from Saints. On to Burke. Saints now. Tanner again. Real live wire character, this Tanner. Elia stepping up. Acting half-back. Spreading it to the right. Haggerty. Quick ball there. Saints moving it to the right now. Loughlin going to bring it left. Quick hands. Cooper. All quickly up there. Playing the offside gate. Well, outrageous dummy from Groves. Hull take it, but he just managed to... he grabbed him by his ankles. Saints putting it together now. Short ball to Farmer. Overlap for Saints. Tanner. On to Elia. Must be a try here. Elia on to Quirk. Yes. No problem. No problem for Saints there. Bangs it down in the corner. Quick hand from Saints, and that's going to pay off every time. Hull, they're going to lie up, and the Saints can spread it out quickly, beat the so-called offside trap done by Hull, and in there, either Elia or Quirk could have scored there. Quirk went in at the corner. His 9th try for Saints, and his 13th of the season, having scored 4 with Barrow. scored a try. He was awarded a try. No goal from Lachlan. He was awarded a try in the corner. I think it was Jeffrey that scored it. It was never a try. And also at Wembley when George went in for a try that wasn't a try. And we had Mr. Thornbury as a touch judge on both occasions. So Lachlan fails with that goal kick, but it's 8 points to 2 in the lead, and 16 minutes of the first half gone. So Hull to kick off. McCormick gathers again. Good lad, this McCormick. Plenty of pace on him. They're trying to fool us all the time. He looks though McCormick's had his hair tinted, and I thought it was Beavers before. Definitely got a blondie touch in his hair there. But I got it right that time. Anyway, Groves from the acting half-back. Going away, Haggerty comes up, but Hullman bangs him down. Number 8, Tomlinson, in this time with James Lulawai. Haggerty again at the break. Looking for the support. Groves come round and kicks it forward. The ball's going to go into touch. But it's been brought back for the original knock-on by referee Kendrew. It's going to be a scrum down 10 yards outside Saints 25 with McCaffrey from Hull to feed. McCaffrey there, ball going in, comes out with the feed. Lulawai onto Vass, inside to Eastwood. Quirk and Dave Tanner bounce him down. But Hull spread it left. Lulawai, number 12 there, Regan, Farber, Burke and Groves, I think it is, take him right back. Live wire hooker here. Sean Patrick trying to get through. Regan acting half-back for Hull, taking it left. Diverty onto Lulawai, sees the gap. Saints defence holds firm, bounces him to the ground. Number 1 there, Fletcher coming up. O'Hara, looks to though he was going in for the corner. Super tackle there. Andy Platt in with the point of the shoulder and bangs him down. Typical Platt style. Over there to help with and scored twice. Tanner now. Beat the Hull man there, but Diverty brings him down. Elia takes it right. Groves, Cooper, short ball to Platt. Steaming through from deep. Stuart Evans with him, but Hull firm. Lulawai. And number 10, Wellham. It's Grubber upfield. Good kick there. Outpaces O'Hara. Goes into touch right in front of him. There's a scrum down on Hull 25 this time. Saves a lot of running for the forwards this. A good Grubber kick through there. It's going to be a scrum down on Hull 25. It's a Hull feed. It's McCaffrey to feed. And it comes out Hull side. Hull taking the scrums 4-1 at present. Solid Saints tackling. Pearce getting a bit bundled up there for Hull. Well, McCaffrey in possession. Lachlan and Tanner bouncing to the ground. The ball now with Pearce, the tactical kicker, kicks upfield and runs into touch midway between the Saints 25 and the halfway line. So that's pegged the Saints back temporarily. Cuts out the running for the Saints, for the Hull forwards, but it's a Saints feed. Shane Cooper to feed the scrum once we can get it packed. Goes round the back to collect. Shane goes with the feed. The Saints on the attack. Groves again, live wire hooker coming away. Tanner. Only needs half a gap. Tanner just caught by Lulawai there. Groves. Hull line up offside, not going, I should say, going unnoticed by referee Kendrew. Elia now. Diverty in again. Well, all offside, yes, this time. Rightly so. They've done it all the match so far. We've had 21 minutes. Quick play the ball from Saints. Inside to Beavers. Cooper in support. Haggerty on his outside. outside. Lofty pass there, yes! Saints going at the corner. Brilliant try from Saints. No, he's ruled a forward pass. Well, the forward pass being ruled, Saints split them open again. After the offside decision, Saints awarded the penalty. Taking it over to the right. All feed and come away with it. Luluai into obstruction, but lets her go on. McCaffrey acting half-back. Saints penalised for offside. Number 12, Regan, quickly comes through. And another penalty. For offside again, so two in quick succession. If he'd have been as quick at watching Hull's offside as he has at Saints, Saints would have had quite a few penalties on the board. Anyway, he finds touch 10 yards into Saints half, and it's Hull spreading it left. Diverty looking for the support coming up. It's number 11, Brooks. Luluai, acting half-back, takes it left. On to McCaffrey, looking for the way through. Solid tackling there. Haggerty bounces him down. Handy flat round his legs. Wellham, acting half-back, on to Hull. On to number 12, Regan. They're looking a bit lacking in idea, this whole outfit. Diverty now. Super tattle there, Farber and Elia this time, no way through. A couple of man overlap on the right here, but couldn't capitalise on it. Super Saints tattling, bounces him to the ground. Number 1, Fletcher coming up in the attack. Takes it left to Pearce, he loses the ball, Saints gather it. Quick hands there, yes. Saints coming away with it. But he goes over to the right wing and bundle into touch. After scooping that loose ball. It's a scrum down 10 yards just inside the Saints half. It's going to be Hull to feed. Hull taking the scrums 5-2 at present. And McCaffrey to feed. The ball comes with the feed. Lachlan quickly over there with Phil Beavers, bouncing Fletcher down. Diverty. Hull in possession. Play the ball quickly. On to number 12, Regan. Flicks it out to Diverty. Elia has him working there. Patrick acting half-back. On to number 8, Tomlinson. Big prop forward for Hull. Patrick steps up again. Brings it blindside to Luluai. Out to Eastwood. Runs into touch. Mr Thornbury manages to see it this time. Puts his red flag up in the air. So it's a scrum down. All on the 25. It's going to be Shane Cooper to feed. 25 minutes gone and Saints still in an 8-2 lead. Cooper feeds, one-handed, comes round the blind side. Subject of some ferocious tackling from Regan and Diverty. Picked up bodily, taken back 10 yards and bounced down in the 25. Haggerty now. Coming through, looking for the support. It was a bit late coming up, but Haggerty was loose. Stuart Evans bounces off one, flicks it up. Luluai gets it. So Hull back in possession in Saints 25. Patrick, I think it is, coming from the acting half-back position, going on his own. Luluai. Hull bringing it on to number 3, Vass. Haggerty bounces him down. Working assistance. Brooks. On to number 10, Wellham. Looking for the way through. Beats the Saints defence there temporarily. Farber and Beavers. Bounce him down. Diverty and McCaffrey loop movement. Last tackle for Hull. Where's Pearce? He'll be having a pop at drop goal, I would imagine. There he is. He comes up. No goal. Well, no goal and right in front of the sticks. As I said, he's the danger man. Kicked 7 field goals and 1 drop goal against Lee. Hull only scoring 1 try last week at the Boulevard. Tony Burke. Number 12 there, Regan coming over the top. Work, feeds it onto Groves, onto Evans. Taken down 10 yards short of the halfway. All offside again. Short ball from Platt to Haggerty, picked it up well. Head on to Elia. Loughlin with him and McCormick on the outside, but Hull tackling. Elia plays it to himself. Well, Hull penalised for obstruction, I think, at the play of the ball. No offside, actually, he's penalising for. He's just given me the indication there. So Saints going to have a go for goal to go further points in front. Tanner has the ball. Barry Ledger goes on as Sandman. Hull penalised for offside. Persistent offside. They've been offside all the match. So a good chance for Tanner. Well, as you know, it's the 17th season of the Players' Competition. The first season being in 1971-72. Saints were in the first 3 semi-finals, but fell at the last hurdle on those occasions. And then they was in the semi-final in 83 and 85, and just couldn't manage it there. But Alec Murphy reckons this is his year, and I hope it is. Tanner there, lining up. 25 yards out. Yes, looks good. The touch judges put the flags up. So 28 minutes of the game, and Tanner with a penalty goal pushes Saints further into the lead, 10 points to 2. So Pearce now to kick off. McCormick builds up ahead of steam, drives towards the 25. Groves onto Evans, coming from deep, takes some pulling down. Evans brought down on the 25. Just a matter of time again. Saints spread this ball out. Sheer pace of this Saints side, opening this whole outfit up. The ball back to Beavers for the kick up field. Fletcher well positioned. Good running full back this Fletcher, brought down on the halfway. Patrick trying to go from the acting half-back, but no way through for him. On to number 12, Regan. Tries to flick it up. Tony Burke and Groves there. Gets through some work in a game, this Groves. Good in the loose as well. Number 11 now for Hull, Brooks. Cooper and Haggerty stop his gallop. It's Patrick. On to number 7, McCaffrey. Little chip kick through for Luluai. Taken by Andy Platt onto Phil Beavers. Taken down just outside his own 25. Andy Platt from the acting halfback. Driving forward. Gains valuable yardage for Hull. Loughlin now. Kick the ball, they take the Hull man, and Loughlin, fortunate there, gathers the ball, so Saints with another 6 tackles, spreading it to the left. Barber temporarily pushes Patrick off, but he's still having a go, Patrick, and the referee there. Well, Haggerty allowed to play. Well, he didn't know what he was doing there. He didn't know what he was doing there, Kendrew. He hadn't got a clue. Barber there, the subject of some niggly work by Patrick. The ball being knocked from his grip. Haggerty picks it up and goes through. He looks as though he's letting him play on, and then he decides to blow up and orders a scrum down. So your guess is as good as mine. Well, McCaffrey feeding, actually penalised for feeding. So Saints with the penalty. Beavers stepping up, kicking it to the popular side. Finds touch 5 yards inside the Hull half. Groves misses out Burke, on to Evans. Groves again takes up his regular position as the acting half-back. Slips it inside to Farber. Strong run of this Farber. No way through for him this time. Number 10 though, Wellham, looks as though he's carrying an arm injury, but he brought him down. Tanner now in possession. Andy Platt with him, but Tanner couldn't release. Saints looking hungry for work now, on to Groves. Lofted pass to Loughlin, taken well. Oh, just lost it at the second bite. Looks as though he took it well, Loughlin, but just eludes him. So it's Hull in possession, midway between the halfway and their own 25. Bringing it over to Regan, short pass to Luluai. Out again to Vass. Lofted pass to Eastwood, but Eastwood overruns it. Quirk quickly up there. Luluai acting half-back, taking it left. Diverty, I think it is. Quirk quickly in there with Haggerty. No, it was number 12 that time, Regan. Diverty there now, on to McCaffrey, Hull taking it to the left. Super tackling from Saints, hold them back. It's the last tackle of this set of 6 for Hull. McCaffrey, I think it is, kicking downfield. No problem for Saints. Quirk back there, Vivers with him. Quirk gathers. Just ankle tapped by McCaffrey following his kick up. The ball now with Tony Burke. Going towards the 25. Groves. On to Haggerty. Off 1 foot, Haggerty just couldn't beat the Hull defence this time. Groves again. Quickly on to Evans, coming up from deep. Well, solid tackling from Hull there. Looks as though he got him with the knees. Well, he's roaming on the floor, number 8, Tomlinson. Beavers, short ball there. On to Andy Platt. The brakes on. Inside to Beavers. Cooper's with him. Lofted pass to Groves. Well, Tanner was in there, but he was well bottled up. Beavers lofted it over to Groves. He just couldn't gather it. A try was on the board. Elia and Quirk on Groves outside, but he just couldn't gather that ball. Unlucky there. But there it is again. Well, Hull making a substitution now. Number 15, Puckering, coming on for number 10, Wellham. Looks as though he's sustained an arm injury. His arm hanging loosely there. Hope it's nothing serious. But it doesn't look as though he's going off. He is going in the dugout. Saints penalised there for loose arm in that scrummage. Pearce steps up, kicks for touch, finds touch just 10 yards outside their own 25. Patrick feeds it on to number 2, Eastwood. Farber and Burke bundle him to the ground. Patrick steps up again for the acting halfback. Tried to go on his own, but Farber has him. Shakes him to the ground. That's the way. Bang the man down. Tomlinson now coming through. Just 5 minutes of this half remaining, and Saints with a 10-2 lead. Just let's hope we can get another try and a goal before the half time. Hull now, number 12, Regan, little chip kick through, following it through, kicks on, the chase is on, but McCormick's over there, picks it up safely. Does well, Kevin McCormick there, kept a cool head. Coming over to cover. Quirk from the acting half-back position, going on his own. Well, a warning here. Mr. Thornbury, the referee had spotted it there, Mr. Kendrew, but Mr. Thornbury only coming on in, a parting capacity to part the men. He obviously hadn't seen it. Otherwise, he'd have had his flag up and been on there. Well, Loughlin takes the second part of the penalty. Finds touch. 5 yards outside their own 25. Tony Burke now. Puckering in there. Well, Hull lying on. Patrick. Haggerty now. On to Farber. Well, we can just beat this Hull offside. Inside ball to Cooper. On to Andy Platt. Oh! Head tackle there by Platt. And the touch judge is here again. He's well back in play. He's not kept up with the play. Andy Platt, the subject of a vicious head tackle. The referee didn't see it. And Mr. Thornbury's here stood with his flag. He's as well off the field as stood here because he hasn't got a clue. Not a clue. The officialdom here at some of these matches is a damn disgrace. Well, Andy Platt there, obviously seriously injured. The touch judge not keeping up with play, stood down here at the bottom. And nobody saw it. A damn disgrace. The game temporarily stopped while Andy Platt receives treatment. Tim Deakins on there with the club doctor, but he's a tough nut Platty. He'll take some stick, but he's all right now. Evans. Hullman wrenches the ball from his hands, but so we don't play on. A penalty is awarded to Saints. Obviously the referee must have shouted held. So Saints take the quick penalty, kick to touch. Saints putting pressure on this Hull outfit. Just about 3 minutes of the game remaining in this half. Another score would be great for Saints. Trying a goal. Groves, Cooper, inside to Platt. Fully recovered now, Platt. But what a terrible head tackle. Haggerty. Inside to Burke, the ball goes loose. Tomlinson for Hull drops on it. Puckering, acting half-back, trying to go on his own. Cooper has him. Well, I would imagine by the crowd here that it was Puckering that had a go at Platt, judging by the support, but I just didn't see who took him. Saints there, loose ball. Haggerty's in there, can't gather it. Knock on, all on. No, it is a knock on. Saints just couldn't gather the ball. Temper's getting a little frayed due to some poor officialdom. And referee Kendrew bringing out number 15, Puckering, having a word with him. He should have had a word with him before if he was the offender at that incident with Andy Platt. Well, plenty of controversial points today in this third round tie. So it must be a penalty to Saints. Yes, there's the penalty. He'll go for goal. Loughlin will go for goal. He must do. Time running out in this first half. And virtually from in front of the sticks. Well, when you watch that again on the video, you'll be able to see that incident, a disgrace. I was on the car park before coming up here in the commentary position. There's two assessors come in on our car park, so just let's see how they go today. So Loughlin now lining up. See if he can get his first points on the board today. Yes, no problem for Loughlin. Bangs over his 35th of the season. Cushion now, 12 points to 2. We're in injury time now to that injury to Andy Platt. After that ferocious head tackle down here just to the left of us. But Saints now, Tony Burke. Brought down on the 25. See if Saints can spread it out. Quick hand, not to Farber. The brakes on again. His own Farber inside to Groves, but it bounces off his hands and into number 11 Brooks. So Hull in possession. Fletcher linking up. Ducks under one tackle, but there's the half-time hooter. So Saints going in 12 points to 2 in the lead at half-time. 2 tries, one from McCormick, one from Quirk. 2 penalty goals, one from Tanner and one from Loughlin. Road for the second half of this game, this third round John Player Trophy. Saints going in at half-time with a 12 points to 2 lead. No substitutions for St Helens in the first half or at half-time. But Hull just making the one in the first half. Number 15 Puckering coming on for number 10 Wellham. So Phil Beavers to kick off. Saints playing down to the clubhouse end in the second half. And the game's underway. Eastwood trying to go through, bounce down just short of the 25. Hull in possession. Onto Diverty, I think. Andy Platt and Farber in there. No, it was number 12, Regan. But Saints being penalised. Well, I don't know what that was for. Obviously something the referees heard in the tackle, but this is a body contact sport, very physical, and that's the way, bang them down. Well, Puckering, substitute forward for Hull coming through. Loughlin, Groves, Burke, take him down. Hull spreading it to the right. Number 11 Brooks in possession. Sean Patrick acting half-back. Hull are going to move it right. Onto McCaffrey or Luluai, looking to break the Saints defence. Saints closing up quickly. Loose ball, scooped up by Pearce. Going crossfield, tries to feed on, still going. Haggerty finally bangs him down. No, I beg your pardon, it was Mark Elia coming through. I thought it was Roy Haggerty, but he released the ball. It's Hull now, still in possession, spreading it to the left. Number 8 Tomlinson, but loose ball. Hull regather it, but he's blown up. The original knock on being ruled. Right on the halfway line, just short of the centre spot, with Shane Cooper to feed. Ball going with the feed, coming blindside onto Loughlin. Just taken down. Well, second tackle in there again. Diverty over the top, going unnoticed by the referee or the touch judge. Let's hope this fella at this side has been better than the other fella that's gone over to the other side for the remainder of this game. Well, lying on Tony Burke. Beavers pushes him off. Groves going on his own. 25-yard burst there from Groves. Beavers again stepping up. Takes it blindside onto Tony Burke. Heads it forward, brought down on the 25. Saints putting it together now. Last tackle of the set of 6 being ruled by referee Kendrew. Groves. Haggerty, Cooper. Farber going for the line. Inside to Andy Platt. Inside, Beavers taking off the ball. Must be a penalty. Yes. Referee right on the job there this time. Beavers taken down without the ball. A try of begging, and referee right on the job, so he's awarded as a penalty just to the right of the sticks. It's going to be another 2 points for Saints. Tanner stepping up. Well, in this John Player Trophy, since, as I said, 1971 when it started, we've played Hull 3 times, and they've all been in the third round, funnily enough. In the first year, 1971, we beat Hull here at Nosey Road 33 points to 5. In 1975, we had to play Hull at the Boulevard. Unfortunately, we lost by the odd point to 9 points to 8 that time. But in 1985, we played them here again at Nosey Road, and completely trounced them 57-14. So just let's hope for another spirited performance today. We've already got a 12 points to 2 lead, and Tanner's lining up now for a possible penalty conversion. Yes, no problem for Tanner. So just 3 minutes gone of the second half, and Tanner slots over his second goal of the afternoon. And his 14th of the season for Saints. And Saints go into a 14 points to 2, commanding 14 points to 2 lead. Had Hull on the rack there on the last tackle. Farber coming through, a siding run from Farber, split the Hull defence open, fed inside to Platt, inside to Beavers, and Beavers was taken off the ball, resulting in that Tanner penalty conversion. For Saints now pegged down in their own 25. Evans coming through, brought down just short of the 25. Well, the Hull man lying down, injured supposedly. Loose ball, kicked on by Andy Platt. Fletcher coming up. Full back for Hull, going crossfield. Farber has him, shakes him down, gets hold of his jersey and bounces him to the ground. Patrick taking it right. Earlier in the super tattle with the aid of Les Quirk. But Hull now still in possession, bringing it to the left. Being forced back, Saints defence quickly up. So it's Hull again, not much idea this Hull outfit, but they're spreading it left. Sees the gap, tries to go through. McCaffrey that time. Tanner and Tony Burke in there. Fletcher from the acting half-back position coming through, but Tanner again in the thick of it. Last tackle for Hull. Diverty with an up and under. Beavers well positioned, takes it safely. Outstretched arm there from the Hull man coming through. Just brings Beavers down. Mark Elia. Forced back, 10 yards from his own line, but Saints in possession. Hull lying up quickly. Just got to take it forward if they can, Saints now, and then swing it out, clear the ranks. Grove taking it blindside, onto Farber again. Had a good game today, Farber in the second row for Saints, but the ball goes loose. Hullman quickly on it, so it's Hull in possession. 10 yards inside Saints 25. Saints quickly up there. Ball again onto number 8 Tomlinson, bringing it left. Luluai, Fletcher linking up. Live wire character this Fletcher, onto Luluai again. Locklim has the second bite there. Patrick, Diverty, well, the cheek of the man. Penalises us for offside. Hull have never been onside all the match, and he brings us back. Well, Pearce is going to have a go for goal. You just can't weigh him up, can you? Anyway, Saints with a good win last week at Nosey Road here, beating Mansfield 40 points to 0. Also in the first round at Nosey Road, as I said before, we've been lucky with the draws, 12 points to 10, beating Widnes. Pearce lining up right in front of the stick, shouldn't have any problem with this. Yes, bangs it between the sticks. 7 minutes gone in the second half. So Pearce reduces Hull's deficit to 14 points to 4. Saints still with that 10-point cushion. Once we come through today's match with a good win, they're all the way now, the semi-final, neutral ground, and obviously the final. But Oldham coming through, beating Warrington at Wilderspool yesterday. And I'm sure they'd do Alex Murphy and definitely do me for the semi-final. And it's Hull now on their own 25. Tomlinson. Playing it to himself, Tomlinson. And he's penalised us for offside again. Well, the cheek of the man, I don't know. Groves there being penalised for being too quick in at the man that play the ball when Tomlinson had played it to himself. Pearce steps up, finds touch 10 yards inside Saints half, so it's Patrick to restart. Puckering, first man in, coming from deep, he runs hard, this Puckering. Earlier in at the tattle. Over there on the far side, the Hull man finally bundled to ground just outside the Saints 25. Patrick. Plan move from Hull, on with number 11 Brooks. Brought down on the 25. Referee Kendrew urging the Saints to get onside, but the Hull man knocks on. A judge to have knocked on. Referee Kendrew spots it, puts a scrum down with the Saints feed, Shane Cooper to feed. Right on the Saints 25. Ball going with the feed. Beavers linking up. It's Quirk, acting half-back. Saints bending it to the right. Tony Burke straightens up, tries to go forward. Divity in there quickly. Well, Saints have to spread it out now. They can do it when they spread it out. Loop movement with Cooper. The dummy onto Paul Farber. The whole outfit don't take the dummy. Saints spreading it right. Haggerty inside to Mark Elliott. Beats one. Tries to flick it up to Platt, who's taken off the ball. Ball now with Tanner. Cooper on his outside. Saints putting it together nicely now. Loughlin, little chip kick upfield. Loughlin takes him. McCormick force him over to touch. Just inches short. But it's Patrick now for Hull, spreading it right. On to O'Hara. O'Hara lying on top there, enabling Andy Platt to release. Hull getting all bottled up there. Knock on. Number 12, Regan. Just getting tied up with the fancy work, Hull. He knocks on, so it's a scrum down midway between the Hull 25 and the halfway with a Saints feed. Shane Cooper to feed. Ball coming out Saints side, onto Tanner. Cooper stepping up, back in half-back, onto Groves. Gives a dummy Groves, change of direction. Live wire character this Groves. Signed from Salford earlier in the season. Very good in the loose. Cooper, lofted ball to Haggerty, takes it well, onto Platt, steaming from deep. Well, number 12 there, Regan in, rather aggressive tackle again. Cooper, changing direction, Haggerty, quick ball, onto Evans. Not been in the action much in the second half, Evans. Well, from an incident at the play of the ball, a scrum down being ruled by referee Kendrew. It's going to be a Hull feed, McCaffrey to feed, in the same position, midway between the halfway and the Hull 25. Saints cleaning up on the scrums this second half. 3-1 now, McCaffrey. Onto Luluai, loop movement with McCaffrey. Loose ball there, he knocks on. Right down in front of us, the Hull handling leaves a lot to be desired. So Saints feed, Shane Cooper to feed. 10 yards outside the Hull 25, the ball goes with the feed. Loughlin going infield, onto Beavers, creates the gap. Hull tackling, Hull's firm. But the Hull man that, so it should be another 6 tackles, but Mark Elia picks up. Brought down just short of the 25. Saints to spread it out now, and the try will be on the cards. Onto Tony Burke, steaming from deep. Andy Platt coming up on his left. Burke couldn't release. But it's Quirk now, acting half-back. Hull running up quickly. Haggerty. Taken down on the 25. Well, Hull lying up quickly and not being penalised by referee Kendrew. So what can you do? Farber, lofted pass there to Platt. Held up in the tattle, Andy Platt. Last tattle for Saints. Phil Beavers. Well taken as he kicked the ball through. Chip and run. Hullman takes it a yard short of his own line. So Saints have to put the pressure on. Well, he's penalised us again. Well, he's unbelievable, this fella, isn't he? So Hull awarded another penalty for encroaching at the play of the ball. Obviously relieved the pressure for Hull, but it's Pierce stepping up. And Hull finding touch 10 yards inside, just outside their own 25, I should say. Divity coming through. Saints tackling, holding firm. Patrick going from the acting half-back. Elia has him. No way through for him. Super tattle from Mark Elia that time. Hull spreading it left. Luluai. On to number 11. Brooks coming from deep. Well, he takes his time there at these playing the balls. He didn't know what he's doing. Then he goes and penalises us again. For pulling, allegedly pulling at the jersey at the play the ball. Well, he's winning plenty of friends here, Mr. Kendrew. So Hull take the second part of the kick to touch, finds touch on the 25. Well, he's doing all bar score for him. So it's Patrick to restart. On to Diverty. On to Puckering, coming from deep. Evans and Farber with Tony Burke bouncing to the ground. Puckering again. On to number 12. Flip ball up to Luluai. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's finally awarded a knock-on. Unlucky there, Saints, not to regather that loose ball. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Saints still with a 14 points to 4 lead. Points in the second half coming from a Tanner penalty goal and a Pearce penalty goal. Cooper now to feed. Ball going with the feed. Coming round the back. Beavers making the extra man. Cooper again, going to spread the ball. Elia coming over this way, onto Loughlin. Feeds inside to McCormick. Going for the try, McCormick. Just taking super tackle there. McCaffrey, I think it was, takes his legs. Very little room to move McCormick, but he stuck to his task, went down this touchline. And McCaffrey, with a super try-saving tackle, bundles him into touch, 10 yards inside the Hull half. Good open play from Saints there. This is what we're capable of, and no reason why we can't paralyse this Hull defence. Hull win the ball, get tied up. Luluai, McCaffrey acting half-back, going on his own. Tanner, Evans, Groves in there. Patrick takes it right. To number 8, Tomlinson, over to Fletcher, linking up in the line. Lively carry to this Fletcher. Kicking out at the tattle there on Shane Cooper. Lofted pass there to Pearce. Inside now, the ball now with O'Hara, going crossfield. Well, again, trying to put it together. Not really much idea, but number 12 there, flicking it out anywhere. Fletcher scoops it up. Hull still in possession and on the attack. Last tackle now, but Hull pegged down just in Saints half. Kick upfield for touch. It's a successful one and finds touch 10 yards from the Saints line. Patrick well up there. So it's a scrum down 10 yards from the Saints line. With Shane Cooper to feed. Hull putting a bit of pressure on the Saints there. Ball going with the feed, Cooper comes out. On to Tanner. Tanner gets in a bit of space, you'll not see him for dust. He's gone. Tremendous pace on him. Cooper cleans up there. A knock-on being ruled. Very weak, the official today. And as I said, a couple of assessors in the crowd. But Hull, McCaffrey feeds it, comes round the back, regathers it, tries to go on his own. Saints have him. So 10 yards from Saints line. Hull putting the pressure on. McCaffrey going for the line. Well, he's been awarded the try. The Hull man played the ball. McCaffrey didn't pick it up straight away. Then he picked it up and went through the gap. Lining up for this conversion. Well, Hull back in the game now at 14 points to 10. I'm quite sure Mr. Kendrew will be pleased. Half. And Hull pegged in their own 25. They're putting it together now. Luluai flicking it out. Hull onto O'Hara. The break's on. Beavers has him, no problem. Beavers takes his man. dangerous last line of defence, Beavers, but Hull putting it together. McCaffrey there again. McCormick takes him. Puckering comes through and bangs the man to the ground. So Hull now putting it together for the first time in the match. Beavers coming away from the acting half-back position. Crowd getting behind these Saints now. Groves turns the ball inside to Haggerty. Flicks it in again to Cooper. Well, Hull moving up pretty quickly, and they will do if they're not going to get penalised. Obviously, they're going to do it all the more. Andy Platt looking for the gap. Hull tackling, holds firm. Saints again, ball back to Beavers. Kicks upfield. Fletcher well positioned. Awkward bounce. Hits him on the chest. And he picks it up safely, but he's coming crossfield. Taken down there. Cooper, I think it is. Yes. Cooper well up. Luluai. Haggerty has him. Bundles him to the ground. Saints got to keep him down in this half now. Gather the ball and hope for a further score. Number 12, Regan coming through. 3-4-man Saints tattle. Evans, Farmer and Cooper. But it's Pearce now. On to Diverty. Looking to create the gaps. Hull again. Back to McCaffrey. Little chip kick through. Tony Burke, I think it is that time. Gathers the loose ball. Evans. Now Groves flicks it on to Cooper. Quick hands to Haggerty. Beavers coming through. Ball knocked down by the Hull man. No indication from the referee, but Groves going on his own from the acting half-back position. From the play the ball. Cooper taking it left. Andy Platt looking for the gap inside. Last tackle for Saints. Up to Beavers. Kicks it upfield. Fletcher takes it safely in his own 25. Cooper comes through, but Fletcher just sidesteps past him. Solid Saints tackling, bundle him down there. Tanner and Farber. Pearce. Takes it right onto McCaffrey. Live wire scrum half this lad. Patrick bringing it back to Pearce. The kick upfield. Taken by Kevin McCormick in his own in-goal area. Takes him on, goes crossfield. Pull quickly up there. Bounce him down. Tony Burke from the acting half-back. Quickly up there, Hull obviously going through a purple patch at present. Scored the first try in the 18th minute of this second half, an individual effort from McCaffrey. But Hull holding Saints back, pushing them back in their own 25. Groves in crossfield, Hull lying up quickly. Tackle for Saints. Ball back to Farber. Kicks upfield. Taken by Eastwood, coming crossfield. Super tackle there. Elia stuck to his task. Bounces him down. Hull, not many men back for Hull, but Tawara coming in field. Taken down, Elia again. Elia again. On to McCaffrey. Going through. Still not got this man down. Finally bundled down on the Saints 25. Patrick acting half-back. Taking it right to Luluai. Hull putting it together now. On to number 3, Vass. Going over to his wingman Eastwood. But Saints hold firm. Luluai inside. Hull forced back, but he flicks it up there. The ball touches the ground. Injuries over there on the right side. Last tackle for Hull. Well, Pearce will be stepping up here for a drop goal attempt, I would imagine. No, they're going to run it. Diverty this time. It's the post. Taken by Cooper. Diverty went for drop goal and hit the post. Farber now. Cooper to get that bounce, an awkward ball. Lofted pass over to Haggerty. Pens one off, looking for support. Andy Platt inside to Loughlin. Good sidestep from Loughlin. McCormick with him. Well, McCormick goes in field. Hull didn't take the dummy, but it's Saints putting the pressure on now. Takes it left to Cooper. Over to Beavers, linking up. Overlap for Saints here. On to Quirk. Strong lad this Quirk. Feeds inside. Saints putting it together now. A rare excursion into the Hull half. Got to make it count now. Hull only 4 points behind. And Faber now. Change of direction. Going crossfield. Quarter of an hour of the game remaining. Well taken by Cooper. Look, lovely pass up to Andy Platt. Here's the burst. Lofted pass to McCormick. Takes it well. Going for the line, McCormick. Quick play the ball. Well, Hullman holds him down. He thinks 2 points is better than 6. But Saints, are they going to run it? Saints making a substitution now. Jonathan Neal coming on to replace Stuart Evans. Not had the best of luck in the last couple of weeks, Stuart Evans, with niggly leg injuries. But Saints, they're going to take a quick... Cooper's giving Saints a bit of space. Kicking for touch. Saints are going to run it, putting plenty of pressure on this Saints outfit. Roy Haggerty takes the dummy. Onto Faber, inside to Cooper. Andy Platt going for the line. Well, that's the first tackle. He'll have to keep these Hull men back. They'll be lying offside all the match. Not penalising him there, he's coming up. Hull all offside. Groves for the line! Brilliant try! Brilliant try, that's the way to do it. Hull all offside. Groves saw it, and from the acting half-back, he scooted in. Come off, Andy Platt. Well, it's Dave Tanner going to attempt this conversion right in front of the stick. Shouldn't have any problems. So Tanner lining up, slots it right between the sticks. Saints back with the 10-point cushion. 20 points to 10. The Saints having to make a substitution. As I said, Andy Platt, he didn't want to come off, but obviously he's took some stick today, and Evans has to go back on. For Andy Platt. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Groves there, a super try. He's been great in the loose all day today, Groves. Well, the ball not going dead, but referee Kendrew awarding the kick out from between the uprights. We can't say that he's had a good game today, can we? But there's 11 minutes of the game remaining. Saints forced to drop out from between their own sticks. Drops out, safely taken by full-back Fletcher for Hull. Drives towards the Saints 25, brought down by Groves. He knocks on in his attempts to play the ball. Spotted by the referee. A scrum down on Saints 25. Shane Cooper to feed. Saints cleaning up on the scrums this second half. 6-3 at present, now 7-3. Mark Healy going down with the ball. He's had a good game today. The ball out to Jonathan Neal. Big second row forward. Cumbrian, signed from the Kells Amateur Club. Well, another incident at the play knocking it out of Neil's hands. But a Hull feed, and he fed it. Cooper in quickly. Referee can do right on the spot, but choosing to ignore it. Well, he does it again. Second time, and he ignores it again. But Hull in possession. Pearce, Gary Pearce now. Changing direction, takes it right. On to number 3, Vass. Earlier in there, temporarily stops him. Hull in Saints 25 now. But Saints still with a 20 points to 10 lead. Well, the game stopped for an incident over there. Just inside the Saints 25. Fully recovered, but Hull awarded the penalty. Pearce kicks for touch, obviously hoping to put a bit of pressure on the Saints outfit. The 10 points behind. There's only 9 minutes of the game remaining. Hull restart, drive towards the Saints line. Saints defence holds firm. Hull played the best rugby of the in the second half. They didn't have a very good first half. Scored 1 try in the 18th minute of his second half. Pearce now. Fletcher going from dummy half on his own. Brought down 10 yards short of the Saints line. Liberty back to McCaffrey. Little grubber kick through. McCormick doing the best thing. Putting it touching goal. So the ball being ruled dead. Phil Weaver's going to have to drop out from between his own sticks again. Obviously a hard game in these cup ties. The Old Cup's a great leveller, and anything can happen. Hull only putting it together in the second half. Weaver's kicks out, taken by Fletcher. Had a good game for Hull, this lad, but Cooper well in there, around the legs, bounces him down. Farber in to assist. Puckering now coming through. Cooper in there again. Good general, this Cooper, playing a real captain's part. The ball now with number 12, Regan, for Hull. Patrick taking it right. McCaffrey on to Pearce. Well, Sister Duffy passed there, as they say, as we know in St Helens what that is. Elia takes him down. There's number 3, Vass, trying to come through, but Luluai forward past there. And I do believe he's penalised us. A forward pass. He's penalised us for holding on to one of the Hull players' jerseys as he was coming through. Well, you can't win with this fella, can you? Puckering there. Hull take it quickly. Puckering plays it to himself. Is he not going to penalise us for encroaching at the play the ball? Well, Hull now attacking the Saints line. Brought down only 5 yards short. Looking for a quick play the ball. Loose play there. Loose ball again. Flicked up to Pearce. Lofted pass to O'Hara. Trying to go in here. Is he there? Yes. The referee's given the try. Looks as though he went over on his back. He was coming up full pace, O'Hara. Hull spread it out very quickly. Between the sticks. So 20 points to 16, just 4 points separating the teams. What a last 5 minutes we've got in prospect now. Tremendous cup tie here. Hull coming to life in the second half. Saints with a 12 points to 2 half-time lead. 2 early penalties from Tanner and Pearce in the second half, and then 2 tries, 2 goals from Hull, and a try and a goal from Saints. So 20 points to 16. Hull coming through, Saints bounce him down. Got to keep up there, keep him with them now. Obviously we've not had much help from the weak officials here at Nosey Road today. Back to Pearce now, kicks upfield, Kevin McCormick hoping to keep the ball in field, does so. Gathers it safely, turns round, meets O'Hara, outpaces O'Hara, just walks round him. He comes in and goes over the top with all knees in McCormick's back. It's Loughlin now, taking it left, Cooper, onto Tony Burke. Looking to release, bit dangerous, puckering was up there. Groves now, taking it left, Roy Haggerty off 1 foot, releases the ball to Evans, in space, Groves on his inside. Good ball play from there, Groves shouted for that ball, Saints putting it together now. On to Farber, beats one man, comes inside, but further replacements for Hull come in there, complete the tackle. Another try from Saints now would seal it, Evans barging his way through. Last tackle for Saints. Haggerty, is he going for drop? Yes, right in front of the sticks, but it's to the right. Well, under this, one of the new rules, it's a 25-yard restart. The man having taken the ball on the full in his in-goal area. Jonathan Neal in there, one of the tacklers with Paul Groves. Hull now, spreading it to the left. Cooper, Haggerty, Loughlin, Cooper again. The ball comes loose, Cooper gets it. It comes back clearly, and he reels the knock-on. The ball coming out of the Hull man's hands. Well, refereeing at its worst. If he can give him the game, he's going to give it him. But it's a scrum down now. It's a Hull feed. He's ruled we've knocked on and the ball clearly coming back. McCaffrey comes away with it on the blind side, flicks it inside to Pearce. The break's on for Hull, Vevers has him. Super tackle from Vevers. Hull now put it together, Luluai. Only 4 points separating the teams. 2 minutes remaining. Again now with Diverty, straightens up, drives forward, brought down short of the 25. Patrick, acting halfback, spreading it right. On to McCaffrey, well, loose ball there. Finally picked up by Eastwood. It's coming cross-field, obstruction from the Hull outfit. Bounced down on the 25, the last tackle of this set of 6 for Hull. What are they going to do now? Coming back to McCaffrey again, it's an up and under. It's all on, Beavers is up there, takes it safely. Good ball from Beavers. We needed that. He had to take that safely. Took a knock in the tackle. Jonathan Neal from the acting halfback, trying to clear the ranks. Just a minute of this game remaining. We're on a nail-biting finish. Only 4 points in it. Saints with the lead, 20 points to 16. Haggerty plays it to himself. Vicious tackling there. Penalty going Saints' way, I think. Yes, finally putting his hand up Saints' way. And Saints substitution again. Andy Platt coming back on for Stuart Evans. Well, I know the game's been fast and furious this second half, but I make it that that's only Saints' second penalty in this second half. And 7 to Hull. So it shows you how the game's gone. So Paul Loughlin kicks for touch. Time running out for Hull. Well, I make it 40 minutes of full time now. Jonathan Neal, first man in, goes down with the ball. Yes, there's the final hooter. I'm sure Saints will welcome that final hooter. Hull coming back very strongly in the second half. 2 tries and 2 goals, one from McCaffrey, Pearce converting it, and O'Hara and Pearce again. But Saints 20 points coming from tries from McCormick, Quirk and Groves. A real pearler from Groves that sealed the game, really. And goals from Tanner, who kicked 3, and Paul Loughlin 1. Well, we're in the hat for the draw for the semi-final, which is on neutral ground, and a real hard game today. As I say, you can never underestimate these cup games, but Saints going in winners by 20 points to 16.
To be quite honest, we could have lost the game. We never ever should have been in any danger of losing. A little bit inconsistent with 1 or 2 of the decisions in the middle, but at the end of the day, the game's about putting the ball over the line, and we had a number of opportunities in the first half and just didn't take them.
You actually seem to sit on a fairly comfortable points margin twice over you. Just after half-time, you're winning 12-2, and then you went 20 points to 10 ahead. But the boys seem to want to sit on that rather than, keep on grafting for a bigger winning margin. Yes,
I suppose when you've been making gap after gap, you think you can do them at any time of the game. All had a little bit more confidence second half, and they started taking the ball forward. I still believe that there was never any doubt he was going to win the game, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't have never got so close.
On 1 or 2 individual performances, I mean, I'm stating the obvious here, but Paul Groves today I thought was outstanding.
Well, he's a good player, and he scored a magnificent try, beautiful dummy. He made the first try, and really the little lad could have scored 3 tries. He's in the game all the time, he's active, he does a lot of tackling, and I think he's the best hook in the league at the moment.
It's not only that, I think he's brought a new dimension to you from dummy half. I mean, we're all Liptrot used to put little rushes in from dummy half. This fella's doing that, but doing a tremendous defensive stint and supporting any player that's busting the opposition's line.
Yes, he is. Paul is a good football player and all, and when he gets used to what's going on in this game, and we realise what he's good at, I think he'll capitalise on everything what he does. He's made breaks today which nobody's finished off. He's backed up today and he's just put the ball down. He scored a brilliant try, but his work in defence is good also. I think the kid is going to be a great player.
Your decision to put Cooper as captain, have you given this second thought since, or are you still happy with the decision?
No, I'm still happy with, Chris Hartwright's off, and there was only Shane Cooper or Andy Platt for the job anyway. But at the end of the day, I think Shane's had one of his quieter games today. We've played a little bit too much on the short side, and I think he'll want to start running a bit more with the ball, because once you become a ball player, tendency to stop you from running with the ball, and I think Shane has got a little bit more ability than just laying the ball off.
A victory is a victory. You're in the hat tomorrow morning with 3 other teams. As we know it now, that's Wigan, Leeds, Oldham and yourselves. Who do you want in the semi-finals, Alec?
I'll settle for Oldham, to be quite honest, but like I say, semi-finals are semi-final. It doesn't really matter who you draw. It'd be nice Wigan, wouldn't it? It'd be a full house, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Alex Murphy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stuart Evans, this is your 9th appearance today for St Helens. How are you coping with your switch from rugby union to rugby league?
Well, I'm still finding it difficult, especially the speed of the game, and still getting to know when to take the ball up and everything. But it's nice, it's nice to get into it. I'm coming slowly. But I had 3 weeks off last week with an injury, and that put me back, Obviously 3 weeks in fitness and in learning the game. But I am enjoying it.
What are the basic differences you're finding, Stuart?
I think the main difference, obviously, is coming from rugby union, is where I've been stuck in a scrum, line out mauls and rucks, which is usually a slow process, whereas out in league, you've got your own bit of ground to cover, and you've got to be up to meet your man. Otherwise, if you don't keep up in the line, you're letting the other teammates down. So, it's 80 minutes concentration and 80 minutes fitness.
With you working more as an individual rather than as a unit player, as you are in rugby union, are you finding that there's a bigger demand on your skills as an individual?
There's a bigger demand on everything, skills, fitness, And the main thing is you can't hide in rugby league, whereas in rugby union, I'm not saying, you know, people do hide, but, you know, there is a space for, you know, where you can have a two minutes rest, obviously, you know, in a ruck or a line-up or something like that. So rugby league is obviously like that.
How are you fitting in with your St Helens teammates?
Oh, the boys are great, yeah. You know, I can't ask for more, you know, they're very helpful and, you know, the patience with me, because obviously it must take patience for a new player to come in, and they are, you know, fair dues, looking after me well.
Which particular players, I'm going to be a little biased here, but which particular players have impressed you while you've been in the game?
Well, from playing point of view, I think, you know, you've got the likes of the boys who've been here for a couple of years, like Roy Haggerty, who's got tremendous skill, I think, you know, Andy Platt, Paul Forber, you know, out of the forwards, Tony Burke with his work rate, you know, I think they've all impressed me really in their own way. Obviously, I just like to get to that standard of playing, you know. How long do you think, personally, it's going to take you to adjust to the new code? Oh, I think it's going to take a good season, easily. I think definitely a season, you know, to adjust to the game and the fitness of the game. Stuart Evans, congratulations on your return. Let's hope that you stick around for a little while and that your injuries aren't too numerous. Thank you. Let's hope we win the final. All right, Stuart, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Andy, you took a bit of a knock today, but overall, were you impressed with the St Helens performance?
First half, yes, Pete. I thought we defended well and attacked at the right times, and we played very well in the first half. Second half, it seems to get a little bit bogged down, and I don't remember too much of the late second half, but I thought it was a bit disappointing. The way we started, I thought we could have run up a good score, but in the end, a win's a win in a cup tie, but I was a little bit disappointed with our second half performance.
You seem to want to sit on two fairly comfortable winning margins at one stage. You came out in the second half at 12-2, and then you went up at 20 points to 10, and you seemed to become a little lackadaisical in your play, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's a big problem we have, especially at this club, is that when we have teams, certainly a lot of the sides, we have them. There's a point where we need that killer punch, and maybe the one side would have done it, maybe didn't gone to 30 or 40 points. We do tend to sit back, and we don't have that killer punch to kill a team off completely, Peter, and that's something I know we've got to work on and try and get right.
Andy Platt playing loose forward today. Andy Platt's played second row, blindside prop. Which position are you most comfortable with, Andrew?
Oh, I like it a lot. I'm loose forward. I like it there. I think that's my favourite position and one I'm trying to hold down. But obviously I would play anywhere. I'm not one of a player that will take his ball on. If not selected at 13, I would play in the second row, or if it comes to the blindside prop. But I think anyone in the back three positions, I think, would be my main favourite positions. Is that the position you're going to hopefully thrust yourself on the selectors for the Great Britain tour party to Australia next summer? Well, I've said all the time that it's something I would love to go on tour with Great Britain, and if I'm playing well at 13 or if I'm playing well at 11 or even 10, I'm not bothered as long as I get a sore spot where I play. I'm quite willing, as I say, to play anywhere as long as I'm playing well, and if 13 is at the present what I'm doing, I'm playing, and I'm quite happy to play there, Peter. Now, you're in the hat tomorrow morning for the John Player Trophy semi-final draw. Mm-hmm. There's three other teams in with you. Wigan, as far as we know anyway, it's Wigan, Oldham and Leeds. Who's the pick out of that? I think you've got to obviously pick Oldham because of they're the second of each side, but I was very impressed with them yesterday. I think they got a formidable pack there, and two half-backs, Steve, we all we're pleased to play down here, and the lad Walsh looked very good, and they look very good from the 8 from 8 players. Outside that, I don't think there's a great deal we have to worry about, and I think we've got to choose Oldham. Wigan and Leeds are going to be a little harder games. I mean, settle for anybody. I mean, semi-finals are going to be tough games, but if I had the choice, I'd probably pick Oldham. Andrew, I hope that the injury doesn't keep you out, and I hope that the vision gets back to normal. Yeah. Congratulations for the victory today, and hopefully we'll see you in the semi-final. Thanks, Peter. Thanks very much. Thank you. Okay, thanks, sir.
Roy Haggerty takes the dummy onto Farber, inside to Cooper. Andy Platt going for the line. Well, that's the first tackle. He'll have to keep these Hull men back. He'll be lying offside all the match. Not penalising him there. He's coming up. Hull all offside. Goal!